What if blood types are not just the result of evolution, but the legacy of ancient star civilizations? Why are some people born with strength, others with deep spiritual sensitivity, and others with exceptional adaptability? And what lies behind the mysterious Rh negative factor, a biological coincidence or a control system? In 1901, Carl Landsteiner discovered blood types, earning a Nobel Prize. In 1940, he and his colleagues identified the Rh factor. These breakthroughs revolutionized medicine. But if blood is a universal biological material, why are its types distributed so chaotically among peoples? And why did ancient cultures see blood as the key to immortality? Let us journey through time to uncover the truth, where blood types really came from, and the secrets they carry. The beginning of time, the stellar origin of civilizations. Long before our era, when the solar system still had two suns, Earth was a stage for the great migration of intelligent life forms. During this time, three powerful races arrived: Tellurians from the Arcturus system, Asuras and Lunbo, who migrated from the planet D, Phaethon. The Asuras belonged to the clans of Bear and Wolf, originating from the Pole Star. The Lunbo were descendants of Dragon and Tortoise, linked to the lunar matrix. Tellurians were an Arcturian race with violet blood and skin of deep blue spectrum. Their image is reflected in Hindu deities like Shiva and Vishnu. On Phaethon, both Asuras and Lunbo had green blood. Oxygen was transported by other protein compounds, not hemoglobin. Their bodies reached up to 18 meters tall, but upon entering Earth's dense reality, biological adaptation began. Their energetic matrices were reformatted, and their blood became compatible, a process triggered by universal laws aimed at blending bloodlines for evolutionary advancement. The beginning of blood mixing and formation of first races. Once adapted, these extraterrestrial races integrated into Earth's ecosystem, forming three main genetic lines: Lemurians, descendants of Lunbo; Hyperboreans, descendants of Asuras; and Dravidians, descendants of Tellurians. A large-scale mixing of blood began, leading to the creation of a universal biological base for future humanity. Martian races also influenced this process. They came from eagle and feathered serpent lineages. Their blood was already red due to Mars-Earth-like conditions and mutations favoring hemoglobin. A new transitional blood matrix started forming, a bridge between ancient lineages and new life forms. But then, everything changed. The Great Burning, cosmic catastrophe, and the birth of blood type O. Around 10 million years ago, a catastrophe occurred, the Great Burning. Antimatter from the anti-world entered our system, accompanied by twin black holes that destabilized the energy balance. The second sun, Raja, was destroyed, along with two-thirds of the planetary system, including Phaethon, D. This marked the end of the original Asura and Lunbo forms. Earth was scorched, but its unique biosphere survived. The surviving descendants of Asuras and Lunbo went underground, preserving their bloodlines and knowledge. Mutation began, and the blood type O was born, the blood of survivors, warriors, and strength. This became the foundation of a new civilization. Blood type O carriers became warriors of light who resisted the invading dark forces and founded Hyperborea, the first high-organized Earth civilization of a new era. Hyperborea, and the war with the Anunnaki. As Earth's surface healed, new star alliances formed. The descendants of Asuras allied with beings from Cassiopeia, Sirius, Orion, and the Pole Star. They formed the state of Sfar, Hyperborea, the stronghold of light. Opposing them, the Lemurians, Mu, descendants of Lunbo and their cosmic allies. But balance was disrupted by the Anunnaki, who arrived with dark reptilians carrying black hydrocarbon-based blood. Unable to survive on the surface, they created underground cities. The reptilian dominion lasted 5 million years, until the Light Alliance altered the climate and reclaimed the surface. The Age of Stabilization and the birth of Blood Type A. After global wars and catastrophes, Earth entered a phase of stabilization. Nature recovered, societies grew, and centers of knowledge emerged. During this time, the Blood Type A appeared, adapted for peacekeepers, diplomats, and balance keepers. Unlike the force-driven Blood Type O, this one favored empathy, cooperation, and cultural development. Its carriers had sensitive nervous systems, collective thinking, and social flexibility, ideal for societies built on dialogue. However, this blood group was more vulnerable in harsh environments, often leading its carriers toward vegetarianism or softer diets. Blood Type O symbolized strength, while Blood Type A represented civilized cooperation. Their harmony ensured ancient societal balance. Atlanteans, Anunnaki, and the concept of pure blood. When Atlanteans arrived, fleeing a dying planet, a new era began. Their copper-based blue blood struggled to adapt to Earth. The Anunnaki introduced a new idea, genetic blood purity as a control tool. Atlanteans, influenced by this, started genetic experiments, trying to preserve and enhance their race. They introduced Rh-negative factor as a reproductive barrier. It became the mark of an elite bloodline passed maternally, a demographic control mechanism. But the Anunnaki could not adapt their own blood and kept creating hybrid clans and controlling elites through selective breeding programs. The Great War and the birth of Blood Type B. After the fall of Atlantis and Hyperborea, Earth entered chaos. Around 7000 to 6000 BCE, a global war erupted, using powerful energy and nuclear weapons, described in Vedic texts as weapons of fire gods. Climate collapse, toxic fallout, earthquakes, and severe genetic mutations followed. Survivors fled to caves and underground shelters. At this time, under extreme conditions, a new mutation gave rise to Blood Type B, adaptive, resilient, and mobile. These people were travelers, nomads, artisans, independent and capable of survival anywhere. Their spirit was that of seekers, paving new paths in the ruins of a lost world. Dimensional shift and the birth of Blood Type A. In the centuries before our era, the Anunnaki attempted to open a portal to higher realms using the Kailash crystal. A failure in this experiment tore spacetime. From a rift in the Gobi Desert, low-frequency beings entered and began a territorial takeover, interpreted in history as the Great Migration, displacing Darians. This led to the emergence of Blood Type A, highly universal and compatible with all genotypes. Yet its carriers were often spiritually sensitive and physically fragile, with a mission to bring light into darkness. Today, all blood types are mixed across populations. Rh factor and blood types are tools of adaptation. The real essence lies in the energy carried by the spirit. Blood does not define destiny, soul's choice does. Blood is the code of ancient civilizations, a stellar memory imprint. But it is consciousness and free will that shape the human path. If this story made you think, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss upcoming episodes. Ahead, hidden chronicles of ancient worlds, extraterrestrial secrets, Anunnaki agendas, and cosmic human history. Leave a comment, what is your blood type and how do you feel it influences you? Share this video with those who seek truth and feel humanity's story is deeper than we were told. Each view, each word, is a step toward restoring our true memory.